Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at 4 of the top exercises you can implement if you have hip osteoarthritis. So if you have pain in the front or the inside of your hip, or maybe on the outside of the hip, or you've had an x-ray and your doctor has told you you have arthritis, these will be exercises for you to implement. If you're new to my channel, my name's Dr. Tom Walters and I'm an orthopedic physical therapist. So again, today we're looking at 4 of the best exercises you can start with if you have hip osteoarthritis. When we think about this diagnosis, essentially what's happening is the cartilage inside the hip joint is breaking down. And when we think about rehab for a condition like this, we know that exercise isn't going to cause the cartilage to heal. Our joint cartilage doesn't have much of a blood supply. It's avascular, which means it doesn't really have a great potential to heal. But what we do see with rehab is that when we strengthen the surrounding muscles, especially the glutes, it can help to reduce pain and protect the cartilage from further damage. So that's essentially what we're looking at in this video, is exercises that can help reduce pain and then improve strength, which allows us to be more functional at daily tasks and also to protect that cartilage from further damage. So let's go ahead and get into the first exercise. For our first exercise, we are going to perform an air squat. You could also do this with a chair behind you if you need a little bit of extra support. This exercise is going to focus on strengthening the glutes in a vertical fashion. And as I mentioned before, the glutes are one of the most important muscles we want to look at strengthening when we're looking to protect the hip joint and treat symptoms associated with hip osteoarthritis. So for this exercise, starting out, you don't need any weight to start with. I'm going to show an air squat. Again, you could do this with a chair behind you if you want to have something there just for safety. And sometimes it's nice to have a tactile cue to kind of touch with your butt. What you're going to do is put your arms out, feet spread out. Usually we'll say around shoulder width, but just find what's comfortable for you. You might need to go a little bit wider. You might need to turn your feet out. Just figure out what's comfortable for your hips. You're gonna have your arms out, and then you're gonna think about sitting back to a chair. Go as deep as you feel comfortable. If you hit a spot where your hip starts to hurt, then just stop there and come back up. And for all of these exercises, we're gonna think about 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. The nice thing, if you do have a chair behind you, so you can kind of touch your butt to it and then come back up. You don't want to sit all the way down. The goal is to keep tension on those glute muscles the whole time. Again, this is going to be strengthening our glutes in a vertical fashion since we're mostly going up and down. It's really going to work on that gluteus maximus muscle. We see in a lot of people with hip arthritis that they have weakness and atrophy in their glutes, especially gluteus maximus. So this will help with this. Now, as this gets easier with body weight, you can go a little bit deeper. And if you get to the point where you can do 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, no problem, then what we're gonna do is switch to a goblet squat. You'll take a dumbbell. I've got 15 pounds here, so just you could start with something around this and increase the weight as you feel appropriate. You're gonna have the weight against your chest, and the same thing, same kind of movement, it's just that now we're adding extra load. So because strengthening exercises have the most research support when treating hip arthritis, we want to add weight over time if we can tolerate it so that we get more of that strengthening effect. So pick a weight that doesn't cause more than mild pain, but again, allows you to get some fatigue and challenge in that 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Okay, so that's our first exercise. It's an air squat with a progression to a goblet squat. For our second exercise, we're now going to strengthen the glutes again, but this time in more of a horizontal movement pattern. So we're gonna do this with a bridge exercise. We're gonna go from double leg to single leg bridge. A lot of you are familiar with this exercise, but it is really a good one for strengthening the glutes in a horizontal fashion. So you're gonna lie on your back, and if getting down to the ground is hard, you could do this on an elevated surface like a bed, or if you have a massage table, something like that. So you're gonna lie down. We're gonna start double leg and progress to single leg as our strength builds. Your arms are going to be down at your sides, head on the ground, feet flat on the ground with your knees somewhere around kind of this 100-degree angle, something like that. You're going to push down with both legs and come up, kind of squeeze the glutes at the top, and then back down nice and slow with control. Again, we're thinking about 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions with somewhere around a 30-second to 1-minute rest between all of the sets in this video. Again, if you can get through 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps easily, you could increase your reps. You could go up to as high as 20, 25 reps. And then if that gets to be where it's really easy for you with the double leg bridge, then that's where we want to switch to single leg. So in that case, we'll straighten the leg we're not working, and then we're just going to push down and do the single leg bridge. The nice thing about the single leg bridge is not only are we putting more load and stress on the gluteus maximus, on those hip extensors, which will increase strength over time, we're also having to control our pelvis. So you want to think about keeping your pelvis level while you're doing this. What will happen with people is the opposite side of their pelvis will drop down, they'll kind of rotate. So we want to think about using those hip rotator muscles to help keep our pelvis level. So think about, again, that nice, slow, controlled tempo and keeping the pelvis level. And again, 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps. If you get to single leg, after you do a set, just switch legs. We want to make sure to do any single leg exercise on both sides, even if you have arthritis only on one hip. Strengthening the other side will help to protect that hip and will help in terms of improving strength on the painful side through something called the cross transfer effect, where when we strengthen the non-painful side, it can actually help with the painful side. So, okay, so that is our second exercise. We're thinking about horizontal hip extension strength with the double leg bridge and then the single leg bridge. Our third exercise is a lateral step down exercise. This one is really important because not only is it going to help continue strengthening our glutes, but it requires us to stand on one leg, which will target our hip abductors, which are the glutes on the outside of the hip, gluteus medius and minimus. Those muscles are responsible for controlling our pelvis and keeping it level while we walk. And we see a lot of people with hip arthritis have a hard time with this. They'll often drop their pelvis or they'll kind of lean, which is called a Trendelenburg gait. So strengthening these lateral glute muscles will help to improve our function and alignment of our trunk and pelvis with things like walking. So what you're going to do is take an exercise step. If you don't have one of these, I'll put a link for it down in the description. You can get one easily on Amazon. So what you're going to do is stand up on your step. I want you to, if you're working your right side, you want to be near a countertop or wall with your opposite arm. So with my left arm for balance. So I'm going to stand up here, and then my other leg is going to be off the step, so hanging in the air. And then what I'm going to do is squat down slowly, touch the heel on the other side, not the toes. If you touch with your toes, you'll be tempted to push off with that leg. So just down nice and slow. We're strengthening the leg we're standing on. We're going up and down like this, nice and slow. Again, thinking about 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps and switching legs after each set. So I'm going to go up and down. I'm really controlling. Just think about 2 fingers on the wall. It's just for balance. I don't want you to be tempted, again, to push with your arm to help. And I'm reaching down with that opposite leg, touching the heel, a nice easy touch, and then back up. So again, when you get to your 10 to 12 reps, when you start to feel fatigue in your glutes and in your quads, then you're going to pause and you're going to switch over to the other side. So again, even if I only have symptoms on one side, just make sure you get this on both sides. It's a nice way to allow the other leg to rest. Otherwise, you're just sitting and resting for 30 seconds to a minute without doing anything. If you just switch legs, the other leg gets to rest, and now you're getting the benefit of strengthening the other leg. So just up and down. Again, this is going to help strengthen gluteus maximus, but also gluteus medius and minimus, since we've got to keep our pelvis level standing on one leg. Okay, so that is our third exercise. It is a lateral step down. Our last exercise is the single leg Romanian deadlift. This is going to, again, help strengthen our glutes, but it'll also get the hamstrings a bit and even the trunk, the back extensors. So this one, you're again going to stand near a countertop or a wall for balance. If I'm starting with my right leg, I'm going to hold on with my left arm. And what we're going to do on this one is hinge over. So I'm keeping my spine relatively straight and bending at my hip. And then I'm going to use my glutes to push me back up. So my glutes and my hamstrings are going to help control the movement and lower me down. And then they're going to push and allow me to come back up. So you're just going as deep as you can. Often with hip arthritis, if you bend over too far, you might start to feel some pain there in the hip joint. So just move through the range of motion that's comfortable for you. That's true of all the exercises in this video. And again, we're thinking about 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. The nice thing with this one is, again, we're standing on one leg, so we've got to incorporate gluteus medius and minimus to keep the pelvis level. And then because of the movement, we're helping strengthen gluteus maximus, that big hip extensor, as well as our upper hamstrings. So get through that one set. If the right side was my painful side, remember I'm gonna go over and do the same thing on my other side. The leg that I'm not working is gonna kick back and kind of follow the line of my trunk as I bend over. And then again, just thinking about using those glutes and hamstrings to control the movement and then to generate force to bring me back up. Okay, so that is our last exercise. It is the single leg Romanian deadlift. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments section. Thanks for checking out today's video. I hope you find these exercises to be helpful. If you need a more comprehensive program for hip osteoarthritis, you can find one in my book and in my app. In the hip chapter in my book, you'll find this program called Hip Pain, which focuses on joint pain. This program starts on page 329. And if we flip into this program, we'll see that there's a section here on osteoarthritis on page 332, talking through the condition and what we focus on in rehab. And then the program will take you through 3 phases. You'll find exercises for reducing pain, improving mobility, and most importantly, increasing strength in the muscles that surround and support the hip joint, especially the glutes. So the book is a great DIY kind of resource for your whole body. There's chapters for each body region and the most common conditions. And then in my app, you'll also find programs, but the cool thing about the app is that you have the ability to interact with me directly. So there's a community tab here where you can send me messages and ask me your personal questions. And then in the kind of homepage area of the app, you'll find rehab programs for all of the common conditions by body region. If we go down to the hip section and scroll over, we'll find a hip joint pain program right here, which covers arthritis, impingement, and labral tears. And then in the app, all the exercises are in video form. So once you've subscribed, you can come in here and go through the complete program and watch me kind of talk through all the different exercises and demonstrate them. The other cool thing is that I have office hours on Zoom once a month, another way for you to come in and talk with me and ask your individual questions. So if you want to learn more about either of these resources, I will put links for them in the description box below the video. Thanks again for watching today's video. I'll see you next time. Bye.